Hello everyone, it's AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading, guys. So I have missed you so very freaking much, but I'm happy to be back, guys. I have actually been doing some really cool things on the music front. That is like my dream and like my ultimate goal, or one of my ultimate goals is to be able to work in music and have like be an artist and a songwriter, singer-songwriter, performer. So yeah, so it's been really cool because the universe has really been starting to meet me. I've been taking actions and moving towards it, and the universe has really been meeting me. In fact, if you happen to be catching this the day that I post it, I will be going live on Instagram, on an Instagram live video tonight. I will be interviewed with Play the Renegade on KRXM radio. So if you're interested in kind of hearing about my music side and seeing me in a different light, sort of, me is me all the time. But if you want to see me talk about, music, another thing that I'm like very much passionate about, then please swing over there and check that out. I would so appreciate that. You can do that by following me on Instagram at the Wicked Witch of the West with 3 eyes. So really long intro plug. But yeah, so I actually got this reading to do a request, and I thought that it would be perfect to get into the self-care healthcare service service series that I wanted to do. And this was a request by DT Progress. It said, would you be open to doing a reading about how to attain/improve emotional and or physical stability? So I thought that would be a good topic for the self-care healthcare. And of course, I'm a pioneer of mind, body, and spirit. So I think that they all work together. So we're just going to look at all the different perspectives that we can to kind of see where we can achieve stability or, overall improvement. So that's what we're starting with, guys. So please take a moment to meditate, see what pile speaks to you. And I just want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart for your support and everything going here on YouTube. I'm like so happy. I'm so grateful that I met so many people along the way, and I have the best little team. So I'm so excited for y'all. And yeah, I'll meet you over at your piles. Take a moment to meditate, and I'll see you there. All right, okay, so we can move these to the side. Move this down. And let's get into it. So this is if you picked pile number 1, guys. Hello, I'm AD with Astrology, and I am doing your pick a card reading for the self-care healthcare. We're going to be looking at how you can improve your emotional stability or your physical stability, and in my opinion, spiritual stability. I believe in heart, mind, soul. So that's what we're going to be looking at. And again, this was a requested reading. So if you have a request, then please let me know what that is in the comment section below, guys. If you have a chance, check out the intro because I have something really cool happening tonight. So if you're interested in that, check out the intro. And yeah, let's hop into it. So we're starting off here with the Performa Pal Gold Fang. So there's a lot of, I just got bravery, like this dog is ready to pounce. So let's see how that plays into how you can, improve on your yourself. We're constantly improving on ourselves, but it really feels like going after what you want, and being, vicious in the best way possible, okay? So let's look at your tarot card. Your astrology card, excuse me. Okay. Let's look at your astrology card. So we have lunar eclipse change. So this is the sun and the moon for me. So that's Leo and Cancer energy. But there does seem to be like a change, maybe a change in emotion or a change of heart is kind of what I'm hearing. And then we got Mercury retrograde, reinvention, Virgo, Gemini energy here. Keep in mind, I do subscribe to Vedic, so my placements could be different, but the energy should read about the same. But we have, Virgo, Gemini here. And again, Virgo does deal with health. It's the traditional ruler of the 6th house. Yeah, fire element, desire. So there's something that you want. Maybe your want has changed. And it could have been something that you thought you wanted to do, then you backed away from it, and now you're like, no, I'm sure that I want to do this. Like, I feel like there's something changing in your mindset. But there is a clarity on like where to direct that with the fire energy there. And again, that dog. Mercury mind. Some of you guys, I feel like what needs to be improved specifically from this group is your mind. I feel like maybe you feel like that. I feel like you feel that maybe there are a lot of options that are surrounding you. And so you're trying to wonder. So you're kind of wondering like, where do I put What do I do? What do I do? There's so many options. I have so many opportunities. You commit to something, then you go back. Because Gemini and Virgo energies are the flightiest. Mercury is the flightiest planet. It's the messenger planet. It's Hermes and Greek mythology. So it's always constantly on the move. So it does seem like there's a lot of your mind is constantly on the move in all these different directions. Maybe you have your Mercury in a fire house or a fire sign or something. So it just feels like you want something, you go after it, and then you change your mind and you start kind of backtracking or going in another direction. So it seems like that's where the stability needs to come in. But there's so much changing. There's so much up in the air with the, the moon cards. It's kind of giving me that juggling Two of Pentacles feeling. But, yeah, let's look. Venus love. So we got Libra and Taurus. And I chuckled because Libra is like one of the biggest signs that is known to just weigh the pros and the cons back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's very interesting to see that. But I do feel like with Venus rules the arts. So this tells me that there could be something artistic that you want to do that would help you be able to kind of calm your mind. And it could be something that, you're not trying to sell, something that you just do for yourself, like knitting. For me, I paint. I don't necessarily like share my artwork. I probably should, but I was like, I just do it for me. I don't share it because it's for me. Like when I'm overwhelmed, I'll pick up a paintbrush and I'll just start painting. I love seeing colors and bringing colors and stuff together. So that's something that is pretty personal to me. So I feel like that would be able to help you, as far as the question goes, how to obtain some sort of stability. I really do like to feel like, and it could just be reading a book, guys. It doesn't even necessarily have to be like creating something. It could be consuming. It could be food for some of you guys. I just feel like there's something that you have to do. There's things and talents that you have that will be able to quiet your mind. But it's a matter of getting there and also being flexible in what that is with lunar eclipse change. Perhaps you change and flicker through talents a lot. And that's what keeps your mind at ease, is just kind of like chasing these new avenues, going down, a new path. I think that the energies here all support like constant change and fluctuation. The only thing that we have here is Taurus, which is the earth energy. But even Taurus deals with sensual pleasure, second house. Yeah, like food, wine, any of the finer things in life. Taurus is ruler. So Venus is here again. So I just want to say, like, there's something telling me to tell you that you should explore your different talents. That'll help ease some of the mind that you have, because I feel like, especially with fire element and Mercury, when you believe in something and when you want to learn something and you're interested in something, you're all in, right? That it just might change constantly, especially with these two kind of three flighty energies. So let's move into your tarot to see what more information we can get for pile number 1. Oh my goodness, the Two of Pentacles, didn't I? Yeah. I was definitely getting that energy. Like but I'm getting Two of Pentacles in the sense of multi-talented. You can juggle a lot. And I think that you should allow yourself to explore those different avenues. People, and I'm being called to tell you, pile number 1, people can't keep up with your mind. They're not everybody is so mercurial ruled is kind of what I'm getting. Not everybody is a Gemini. Not everybody is a Virgo. They don't have those placements. They don't have access to those energies. And so they move at kind of a slower pace. But I feel like you're a very quick person. You're very quick-minded. You're very quick-witted. And because of that, you can learn things very quickly and you can get bored very easily. And so, I do feel like it's you who's super talented. It's you who is able to do a lot of different things, and that makes you different. And I feel like that'll help you achieve the stability in it, is just knowing that you are unstable, right? There's stability in just admitting like, hey, I'm not a stable person. I'm not going to bend myself in a pretzel to try to be. I'm here to explore. I'm here to discover. I'm here to be curious. Especially with Mercury mind, ask questions, learn things. Like, it just gives me the energy of, taking apart the remote control. I can take apart the remote control and I can almost put it back together. And that is a line from Handlebars by the Flowbots, which is one of my absolute favorite songs. If you don't know it, you should definitely check it out. It's a phenomenal song. But regardless, it's just like you can take apart a remote control, see how it works because you're curious, put the remote control back, and then want to go, look at the TV next time. So I feel like you're like that, like you're constantly on the move. There's nothing wrong with that. So allow yourself to be that way is what I'm getting. 8 of Wands, again, with more fast, quick movement, fire energy, the 2 of Wands, 2 decisions. So 282, I just really feel like, again, you have so many options. You just have so many options and the world is yours. And so for you to achieve the emotional, spiritual, and physical stability, you have to be on the move. You have to be exploring things. You are not a person who's meant to be stagnant. You're a person who's meant to just really see the world for all that it has to offer. I'm being really called to the fire element, but I'm hearing Sagittarius. So really strong Sag energy, but even here, the 8 of Wands to the 2 of Wands, constantly on the move, constantly having options, leaving your options open, and really not committing yourself to anything is what I'm getting. And Virgo and Gemini, again, are the most non-committal signs, especially when it comes to Vedic astrology. When we look at Virgo moons, for men, they are the ones who get married in their 40s or 50s. So Virgos are high-key really hard to pin down. They're very flighty. And so I'm just saying that not to pick on Virgos at all, but just to be like, if you possess that kind of energy and you're not settled down, it's because there's still more for you to learn. So Spirit really wants you to continue to remain open and explore. You have a lot of questions, and some of those questions have answers, and you're meant to look out for that, right? So then we got, oh, this is beautiful, the 10 of Cups. Oh my goodness, the Ace of Cups in the Fool card. This is a beautiful middle pile number 1. So I really see like this is kind of like the heart chakra. I just feel like your heart chakra, and even the green here, it's just busting open. And you're going to be able to really love what you do, and in turn love yourself. That's really what you need. So if there's any blockage here, I would say that it's probably in your heart chakra, but I feel like it comes from a shyness or like a fear of rejection, but not from an ego sense of point, like not from like a, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Not from like an energy where you're just like, oh, I'm better and I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. It seems like a very fragile type of rejection to be like, hey, I have this art, I have these ideas, and these ideas really mean a lot to me and I really want to execute them, but I'm scared that if I say them out loud, I will be shut down. That type of fear of rejection. And so because of that, you've kind of cocooned yourself and isolated yourself in your thoughts, because I feel like there's a fear to share them. I just heard for some of you guys, this could be almost a past life trauma. So something that you're going through, just learning how to be okay, expressing your thoughts, expressing your feelings. I imagine that there's a lot of fear when it comes to like really saying what you want, really saying what you need. You probably are go along to get along type person. And then boom, it's just like an explosion of emotions. Okay. With the Fool card, I do see you leaving that pattern behind. If you've been doing the work, the self-work, I think that you're not going to be so afraid of your emotions, and you're in fact going to be communicating with them, and that's going to lead you through different paths and options and doorways. But even as you go down these different paths and options and doorways, pile number 1, I do get this overall energy that you are multi-talented, and so you're always going to have something else, you know. I think that your love is just learning. I think that your love is just exploring. That being said, it feels like you can't love one thing, if that makes sense. Like you're not meant to just tie yourself to one thing when you're really in love with the process. And I think that switch in your mind of being like, I love learning the process, not necessarily the end of it, you know what I'm saying? Like not the end of the journey, but I love the journey in and of itself. I think that that'll help free you up to realize that you're really the Fool card. You're an explorer. You're a backpacker. You're just meant to kind of go and discover new places and then be on the road. One of my favorite songs, Last Night with Mary Jane, or Mary Jane's Last Dance, Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That's one of my favorite songs. I always joke that he wrote that song about me. But it's just like, she said, I dig you, baby, but I got to keep moving on, keep moving on. I think it's just like you dig things, you like things, you get into it, and then you got to keep moving. Like you're just a rolling stone. All right, so let's move into this last thing. Wow, the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, yeah. And then the Princess of Cups. We all in the family? I think so. We're a little crooked. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I love this bottom line too. I really do like this bottom line. And then you got an extra card, the Hangman, but it goes nice with the Princess of Cups. Because I do feel very Piscean. I feel a lot of Piscean energy kind of coming through. So yeah, I just feel like there's still more time. I feel like in order for you to achieve your emotional, physical, mental stability, and just alignment, is for you to recognize that like you have a lot of options. You don't have to, I feel like you're trying to put yourself in a box. I feel like you're trying to fit yourself into to mold something and make something work for you, and it's just not, you can't do it. I feel like maybe there could even be pressures from outside people who are just like, you have to do this thing, but I feel like that's too much of a burden on you. And I feel like you're trying to commit yourself to a certain ideal right now, and Spirit is saying you don't have all of the pictures to the puzzles with the Hangman there. You're meant to surrender and just observe. And so I do feel like there's a lot of observation that needs to happen. And the moment that you do that, pile number one, it's going to open you up to this new exciting trip and adventure. But you have to admit, you have a very complex issue, pile one. Let me say, like, I understand, and I'm offering so much support to you because you're just not going to follow the traditional path. And so there's a fear of yourself, of being like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Is this right? So you're not fully committing yourself to what you want. But this is about what you want. And I think that you are an explorer, you are a learner, you are a traveler. And there are opportunities that are going to come in quickly once you accept that fact, kind of put the 10 of wands down, leave the state of oppression that you're in down, and accept whatever Spirit has new, and just let yourself loose for the journey. I think it's going to open up tremendously for you. I think there's going to be opportunities to travel, opportunities to go different places is going to come in. But we do have the 2 of wands, 10 of wands. I'm at 2 of wands, 2 of wands, 2 of Pentacles, excuse me, guys. I've been struggling all day today. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 10 of Wands to the Princess of Cups. You know, I'm honestly feeling that the pressure is just too much. I just feel like, you know, I almost feel like you're crushed by your many talents, and you're crushed by how quickly your brain moves and how over it you are with certain things. You know, certain things are like so yesterday for you and you just started them today. And so I feel like this could be something that's followed through childhood, and so it's really heavy, but I just feel like you need to release. I don't know how. We'll look in, hopefully the cards can help depict where that is, but just release your fears of rejection, release your fears of not being stable, because you are stable in your instability. You just have a lot of different things that you're meant to do in this lifetime. You have your hand is supposed to go into a lot of pots. Like, I feel like you're one of those people you're one of those people who needs to sample, you know, damn near every ice cream before you make your final decision. Listen, might you be annoying some people who are behind you? Of course. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no real rule about you sampling things to make sure that you're good. And be like, oh, is it really chocolate? No, I really like this. Ooh, what about this butter pecan? Oh, yeah, the butter pecan is nice. Oh, but what about this truffle? Like, I feel like that's how you are. And so you can spend an entire day in the ice cream shop, and you might not walk out with any ice cream. By the time you finish the ice cream shop, you're full because you've tried everything. You're just like, actually, I didn't want any ice cream. And then you walk, and everybody's just kind of like, what? We just watched this person sit here for 8 hours and try every ice cream and then not buy anything. That's your prerogative. That is your right, you know? You have some people who, more like myself, where I walk in and I get the exact same thing every time and then I walk out. You know, that's just not me. But it's okay. I feel like this is the window shopping. This is the talent. I don't know. I just got so passionate, but I just feel like you have the right to explore and taste every flavor of the ice cream. Every 31 of them hoes can take tip of your tongue, okay? And if anybody has a problem with that, then they can keep it pushing. But I do think that there's going to be opportunities for travel, guys. And somewhat, for some of you, I do want to say that it could be like long distance, you know, kind of like a study abroad or exchange program, or you getting a job for somewhere new. But I just feel like that part of you needs to explore. Like, you need to explore something. And that's what Spirit has in store for you, and how you would achieve your own stability, because you're just meant to be out and about, period. All right. So let's see what oracle cards that you got. Oh, lovely. Big happy changes. Major changes coming in for you. Major shifts. Really focus on that heart chakra, and letting go of the fear that you have of rejection, and letting go of the fear of you have of being wrong. Because you're just meant to stay childish, you know, childlike, and naive to an extent, you know. But switch your perspective. Don't beat yourself up for not knowing, for not having the answers that you think right now, because you're just going back and forth with yourself, back and forth, back and forth. Stop. Just shut that brain off. That's how you, Pile 1. It looks like that's your major key right now in order for you to realign and tune back in with yourself. And then we got Goddess Maya and Ruby Aura Quartz. Okay, so of course I didn't grab the book, so give me a second. Hopefully I don't knock everything out of the way. Oh, here we go. Thanks. I was like, I forgot to grab the book. I haven't used this deck in a while. It's one of my favorite decks. I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. So we're going to look at 49. See what the messages are. And I actually have a healing process. So I'm going to, if you don't mind me reading, then I'm going to go ahead and read the whole thing. Since that is the whole point of this. But I'll try to make it interesting. It just goes on and on and on. Eternity is killing me. Endless waiting, lost in forever. Is that POD, Lost in Forever? I think it's a good song, but it's called Lost in Forever, and it came to me, so you should check that one out. Okay, one more page, of course. All right, we're here. Thank you, Pile 1. Sorry about that. All right, so we have Goddess Maya and Ruby Aura Quartz. Searing Presence. We bring to you the empowerment of searing presence. This empowerment enables you to see truth unveiled, naked divinity in all its beauty and mystery. In your willingness to become present, you shall witness the truth that will set your spirit free and make your heart come alive with divine love. No lie, deception, fear, or agenda remains hidden in searing presence. The ruthless compassion of which distills pure truth. With this empowering, you are going to see what you need to see. You're going to be able to see the truth that there is only ever love seeking to free, heal, and discover itself. You will feel the grace of permeates your life and assist all beings. All impatience, doubt, uncertainty, and confusion shall give way, becoming soft like wax melted by a lit candle, and the only beautiful light of truth shall remain. Oh my gosh. I mean, that is the Hangman. Up, down, and left, right, present. So if you want to screenshot this, my pile number 1 people, if that interests you, if you want to read the rest of it. And then here's the healing, if you would like to screenshot that. It's long. I decided, I was like, I'm not going to read it all. I was like, yeah, screenshots work. So if that interests you, then I would really check that out. But I just feel like you're going to be able to see the truth. And it's the moment that you surrender, that changes are going to come in for real. So stop thinking about it and just allow spirit to tell you to see the truth. So we got Rose. And I do like the emphasis of beauty. I think some of you guys need to really accept and appreciate your own beauty. You are beautiful, you are gorgeous, and really step into that. Don't hide yourself anymore, is really what I'm hearing too. Because even this, we got Rose. So more Rose. Ruby Aura Quartz. Oh, excuse me, that's not Rose, but anyways. Rose essential oil improves mood, reduces anxiety. So definitely a reduction of anxiety is needed with all the mental action that we have going on. Let them eat cake. Have something sweet. So really treat yourself. You're a sweet tooth. I just heard somebody needs a milkshake. So get yourself a milkshake. Get something that, makes you feel good, especially when we saw Venus. This is a time for you to indulge. There's a bird outside of my window that really started like just yapping up a storm. So if you hear that, my apologies. And then we even have check your chart. Some things are out of your control. So I really feel like if you are familiar with any type of astrology, check your transits, because there's things that are opening up. I feel like the suns, the moons, the planets are just aligning in your favor, and your spirit guides want you to succeed. So in order for you, again, to just achieve this emotional, spiritual, physical stability, or to approve or just overall attain it, I would say explore, ask questions, get out there, see new things. If you've been trapped in a box, trapped in a routine, it's time for you to break of that routine, and allow spirit to help you and go off course and take the opportunities that come. You don't have to tie yourself down to anything, not from anybody's pressures, familiar pressures, school pressures, work pressures, children pressures. You're meant to explore and do things with yourself, and if you're not, then that's where your health is suffering. So that's what I got for you, pile number 1. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the description box on information on how to book a personal reading with me. Follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and TikTok. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Love you guys so much. Peace until next time. Alrighty. I wonder if y'all can hear that. There's like a bird. I feel like they decided to put on a concert outside of my window. And as flattered as I am, I'm a little peeved because they're at my window and I'm recording. But I'm going to choose to be flattered. Hopefully it's not too distracting, guys. But let's get into it. Alrighty. Hello everyone, it is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. This is if you picked pile number 2 for your self-care, healthcare, guys. I'm doing a requested reading, so if you have any requests, please put that down in the not in the description box, but in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys would love to hear. So this is if you picked the stripping partner. Yeah, this card pops up quite often, honestly, and I think so you might have had this card before. But yeah, it really tells me something about agility. I don't know why I'm getting that, so we'll see how that plays into the reading. But this reading is essentially about how to improve or attain your spiritual, physical, and mental kind of health, emotional health. So that's what we're looking at, guys. So let's get into it. I'm sorry, there's a bird outside of my window and it's really loud. So I hope that you're not too distracted or as distracted as I am. All right, so the first card out that we have is Pluto transformation. So this is really big. Something is changing, right? And so maybe that's what could be happening. But also with Pluto's a darker planet. So it's all about, that 8th house Scorpio energy. So it's really about kind of looking inside of yourself and also feeling the sting, the poison of the scorpion, right? And sometimes, the scorpion can sting itself. So the way that its tail is orchestrated, it hits it can hit its head, So I'm really being called to say, be aware of the energies that you're putting out because you could be poisoning yourself. That's really specific, and I don't want to be accusatory, so hopefully nobody's offended, but I feel like you got to watch out for that. There's like poison, toxins. So let's keep looking for that. North Node, life's purpose, all right? But I do feel like regardless, maybe you've experienced those poisons, toxins in your past. It could be people, substances, situations, jobs, but I feel like there's the transformation there. You've been there, done that, died, and again, rebirth, the phoenix, the rising from the ashes. And we got this North Node, life's purpose. So you're moving towards your life's purpose, Rahu here. Guys, please keep in mind that I do subscribe to Vedic, so my placements could be different than yours, but the energy should read about the same. But we do have this North Node, life's purpose. So you're definitely charging towards something. I feel like major endings have happened in order for this new beginning. I feel like you're a phoenix, again, rising from the ashes. And man, have there been ashes. Or maybe this is even the first time that you had to rise again. But I feel like you're on the up and up. So let's keep going. Wow. And then on the polar end, we have the South Node, life's debts. So this rarely ever happens. We have Rahu and Ketu come out together. So I'm so curious. And then we even have Moon, Soul, and Leo, I will, which is like essentially kind of the sun. So, yeah, pile number 2, this is really interesting, but I feel like it could be the stripping. That could be the focus of that card. It's just like you are definitely coming undone, but to be brought back together with this. Even the moon and Leo, your ego and your emotions could be on two ends of the fence right now. You could even yourself be an eclipse baby, IRL. But we have Cancer energy here and Scorpio. So a lot of emotions again, and it's so funny because pile 1 did talk about emotions and just emotional stability and emotional health. And so I really feel like, but they were more so focused on the mental side. You were definitely the emotional side. Your ego, I think that you're a very sensitive soul. Lions are misunderstood in the wild. They're one of the smaller cats, and the male lions are one of the lazier cats, but yet they're the queens of the jungle. And it's just because they carry themselves in such a way. But I do think that there's an inherent insecurity because if a tiger rolls up on a lion, tigers are bigger. So I think that there's an inherent fear of being a leader when you're projecting to be somewhat bigger than you are. Now, I don't say that in an accusatory way, again, where, you're trying to be a big shot, or Leos always think that they're all that. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is like your ego is there to protect you, but it's also extremely fragile. And so sometimes you have to step outside of your ego to give it to somebody else. When I say that you're bigger than you are, it feels like in some ways you could be taking on too much responsibility. You're not leaving enough room for spirit. You're not leaving enough room for your intuition because you're tied to keeping up this very specific presentation of yourself, which is awesome. But at the same time, some of you guys could be popular on social media. Some of you guys could be popular on just in life. You know, and you're responsible for a lot of people. You feel like you have a lot of eyes on you. You stand out. Very beautiful, very dramatic, very over the top. I'm sure Pal too. But it feels like you're in this state now where spirit really wants you to ask, like, who are you living for? Who are you showing this to? Is this filling you up, or are you entertaining other people? And perhaps you don't know the answer to that question, and that is your life's journey. But I do imagine that there has been some sort of ego death, some sort of emotional transformation where you've had to go down in order to come back up. But we're here to talk about the come up, you know, we're here to talk about how to achieve the emotional stability. But that's what it looks like with these cards that I can see right now. Very powerful stuff with Rahu Ketu here. I mean, extremely powerful stuff with the moon. This is arguably in Vedic astrology the most important placement. So this is about your life's journey. You know, your life's journey is to overcome. Some of you, my Pal tours, as far as your health goes, because this is a healthcare reading, you could have, you know, a chronic disease or a chronic illness, or a chronic illness is run in your family just because it feels like it's so tied to your DNA. If that doesn't apply to you, then don't take it. But I wouldn't be surprised if we have people here who suffer from chronic illnesses because it's so ingrained in who you are, and it's been so challenging. You know, sometimes when your body, what you want to do and what your body's allowing you to do sometimes don't line up. It's kind of what I'm seeing, especially with the Pluto transformation. So let's go ahead and move into the actual tarot and see what we got. So starting off here with the Knight of Wands. Sorry, I'm shaking the table. That is Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. Again, the Two of Cups. Really, yes, love it. Cancer energy, Venus in Cancer. And then we have the Justice card. So yeah, there's something here again about your relationships with the Two of Cups, but I feel like it's your one-on-one relationships and how you feel with people one-on-one. There has to be an adjustment there, a balance. I feel like a lot of you guys are very hard on yourself with the Saturn and Venus. Excuse me. I feel like you're extremely hard on yourself, and you might be looking for validation in places where you don't need them. So in this first row, I really do hear how to obtain your mind, body, spirit, and that kind of alignment, this emotional health, is to stop giving into people's opinions about you. Stop giving people too much credit for what they think about you. I feel like that a lot of stress comes from that. Your body might even eat itself up when you're really concerned. You might notice that when you're really concerned about somebody else, that's when your body turns on itself, because your body's like, me, pay attention to me. I'm here, I'm important. And so I feel like you could have, any type of illnesses that are really triggered by your connection with other people. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's keep going. Okay, we got the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups in the middle, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So certainly things are meant to change and kind of go in a different direction. I do imagine that, this is very powerful stuff. This is a really powerful reading. So thank you for who suggested it. I mentioned you in the intro. So if you didn't catch it, I did put your name in the intro if you picked this pile. But I do want to say, like, we have the Knight of Wands, the Justice card. So you're moving towards balance and security. But even right here, we have changes in relationships and dynamics. Some of you guys could be leaving old traditions, patterns, contracts, marriages for some of you, to go explore this new change. But I do feel like something had to end. So others of you, again, you could have been in a relationship where they were really dimming your light, and now you're walking away from this relationship, and then you will genuinely improve. Your health will improve rapidly, quickly, because you'll be in a different environment. You have to be kind to yourself, Pal 2. You have to be kind for yourself because you're a very sensitive soul, and that's beautiful. That's not a put down at all. But there's a lot of sensitivity that you have, and so you need to leave this environment. You know, you need to escape. The Pisces is a sign of escape, even the Hangman in traditional tarot. So wow, we have the Blasted Tower. You're on your way. You're moving forward in an unexpected way. You're about to be blasted out of your comfort zone, but I do feel like it's in the best way possible. There's something that you knew you needed to leave for a long time, but because of loyalty, Leo, because of definitely staying where you are, you know, you're going to be on a different way. It's going to put you on a different path, but this path that you end up on is going to be so fair to you. Ah, we love it. The Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you are a part of me saying that you're making history. Some of you guys, I just got, this could be a job specifically. The job that you were doing, where you were working, or what you've been investing your energy in, or your relationship, whatever it is, there has been something that has not served you anymore. Even with the Tower card, we got more Mars, more Scorpio energy. So there was something that you could have put yourself into, just to be completely honest. Like, it's just like you got yourself into a situation, it ended up stinging you, you learned your lesson, and you're just like, okay, I've learned my lesson, I'm ready to move on. This, for some, like I said, for a lot of you, this could be a working environment. For others of you, this could have been a long-term relationship or a short-term relationship that you just tried to really make work. But I just feel like you're moving forward. We have 3 cards of actions here. The Knight of Pentacles is just telling me to take your time. Got a lot of Virgo energy, so you could be a Virgo Leo, Western Virgo, Vedic Leo. So I feel like Spirit is telling you not to overthink it, you know, just go for it. Just go for it. You're going to be successful. The Nine of Pentacles here, the Hierophant, the Two of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune to the Nine of Pentacles. I also do want to tell you, right? It's like the moment that you release what you want, that's when you get it. So I do want to say that people notice your work, my Virgo Leo people. I just imagine there's a lot of, you might have one of those signs. But if you don't, regardless, whatever. I just feel like you were definitely in a space where you were trying your damnedest and you were working so hard and holding things together. There is going to be somebody who notices you, who really is just like, wow, you're holding this together. I'm so happy that we have you on the team. I'm so happy that we have you on the squad. I see that coming. But it happens when you walk away or when you threaten to walk away. You know, don't beg anybody for validation. That's what I'm saying. That's what we started off earlier. That's why I was like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, don't beg anybody for your validation. Know your worth. You state your worth first, and then they'll either meet you or they won't. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like the moment that you adapt that mindset, that is when you're going to come into emotional contentment and really strength within yourself, because that you're a powerful person. We got Leo smack dab up in the middle. We got Scorpio, okay? If you have Leo Scorpio combination in any way, 8th house, 5th house placements, that's a symbol of royalty, okay? So if you're being treated anything less than a king or a queen, of course it's going to affect you. Of course you're going to be stick to your stomach because you know you're being disrespected and you shouldn't be. And so it's up for you to be like, do you know who you're talking to? I am the queen. I'm the leader of all of this, and taking those reins, stepping into those Nine of Pentacles, and F anybody who's not on board. In this case, if this was another reading, I could be like, hey, you need to humble yourself. But in this case, you don't need to humble yourself anymore. You're too humble. It's time for you to flip the script. You know, the Wheel of Fortune, get that balance back. And again, this could be something that you're working towards. I feel like a lot of you guys will also help improve your physical, emotional health is eating leafier greens. A lot of you need to eat more salads, introduce more vegetables into your diet. With the Pentacles energy is really what I'm hearing. You know, you can still do what it do with Taurus we got, but I really feel like you need to make a stronger diet for yourself, filled with leafy greens, vegetables. And I'm also hearing, I know that this adds calories, but really enjoy like a nice, if you like bread and you've been, you know, restricting yourself from bread, then enjoy a really good loaf of bread or wheat or grain with the Pentacle energy. But yeah, there's going to be a new opportunity that comes in really quickly, but it takes a long, you know, but it's going to require all your attention. I feel like the opportunity comes in quick, but the execution is slow. So again, if this is a new job, then it's just like you get another job and then you're going to be there for a while, and then there's going to be stability there, which will be awesome. Or if it's a relationship, the relationship comes in quickly and then you guys really take it slow to get to know one another. So just take it how it resonates. But I just feel like there's a strong need. We have the Two of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. Your relationships matter, but your relationships are not all of who you are. How people perceive you is not all of who you are. That's their business. And just remember that and keep it pushing, because you are moving towards your own sense of stability. And I feel like, yeah, I would definitely do some protection spells or just some sage burning around you, my pile number 2 people, simply because I get this really strong energy of like there could be people who are jealous of you, evil eyeing you, or you're picking up on other people's anxieties. You probably, if you're into crystals, find the crystals that really kind of ease and soothe your anxieties, so you're not picking up other people's, you know, gunk. Let me see if there's anything else before we move into the oracles. I think it's pretty open and shut. It really feels like you have to tune into your confidence in order for the stability to come along, and so you can step into, again, your life's purpose. So this is a major shift for you, pile 2, major transformation. The moment that you do this work, not only will your health improve, but your life will change drastically. You'll find that balance and that stability that you've been working so long for, and I think that it's lasting. So maybe in other times it's been like tower moment, tower moment, tower moment, tower moment, to where you don't find your footing. But whenever this tower moment comes in, this major change, and it is coming, so I wouldn't be fearful. I just feel like something that was comfortable is going to be taken away for you to step into a moment of independence. Whatever you end up building is going to be your house of bricks, right? I feel like this is the house of, what is it? The house of straw, the house of, I don't know, what's the second one? Oh my goodness, or whatever. So you just built that second house that was better than the first one. It lasted longer than straw when they huffed and puffed and threw their house out. But this next house that you're building is going to be a brick. Okay, so that's going to improve your emotional and your physical health, is when you finally build a house of brick. And I feel like you've learned your lessons and you're stepping away, even a way to look at this. Not only is there travel here, but you're stepping away from this impulsive energy and you're moving into one of stability. So I love to see it. Your justice is coming. For others of you, especially with Saturn, it could be this tower moment might not be happening to you. So take it as it resonates, but it could happen to an institution that really, really did you dirty, where it kind of implodes on itself. So I feel like karma is a bia. So I do think that there is going to be like a karmic return for you, for some institution, some working place, some, again, ex-husband. You're going to hear about something, something where karma has treated them as they've treated you. So that's, you know, interesting. I'm not here to say good or bad, but, you know, it's there. So let's look into your cards. So we got yes within the next few months. Okay, so yes, a new job is coming for you. Yes, new relationships, opportunities are coming for you. Yes, all of this is happening within the next few months. So this is all about just releasing. So I feel like this is kind of a preparatory reading for you, pile 2. Just prepare for these changes that are coming in, because I feel like you've already felt this. This shouldn't be a reading of like, oh my God, is everything good? No, I feel like this is something that you've been wanting to do, the 8 of Cups. You've been wanting to, Lord of Abandoned Success. You've been wanting to abandon something. You've been wanting to leave something, but you haven't had the courage, you know, that line, you haven't necessarily had the courage to do it. But I'm telling you right here, right now, within the next few months, you're going to be presented with the opportunity to walk away from this situation and go build your house of bricks with other people who can actually help you. Because at the same time, as you're leaving one connection, there's other connections coming in. As you're leaving one job, there's another job coming in. As you're leaving one relationship, another relationship is coming in. So whatever you've been holding on to as your safety blanket, it's going to be taken away. And you've known this. If this is news to you, then this probably isn't your pile, but you've known that it's been on the way out. It's leaving, okay? So have the courage and be brave, pile number 2, to take this head on, because it's coming together and you're more than capable of doing it, moving at your own pace, taking your time. Really strong Taurus energy coming through. Scorpio energy has to plot. Virgos have to debate and go back and forth, you know, before they make a final decision. So it's okay. Move at your own pace, but exit, because if you don't exit, then that's when it turns into a tower moment, okay? All right. And then we have, oh wow, Angel Uzel in Smoky Quartz, Heavenly Mercy. So let me get the book so I can read it. We got 18. Boo, 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 boo. And a good thing, like I mentioned, a crystal, Smoky Quartz is relatively easy to get. So if you've been looking for crystals or want to incorporate one, Smoky Quartz is here. All right, so we bring you the gift of heavenly mercy. As you grow spiritually, your energy field becomes more substantial. Your thoughts and actions carry more karmic weight in the world. As your power increases, your ability to do good increases too. Your positive words can have a potent effect on others. So too can the very human moments where you may be having an off day or unintentionally respond to an to another in a way that is not unconditionally loving. We do not want you to be afraid of becoming powerful. We know that most of you are going to make a positive contribution with your power. We also know that sometimes you will wish you could undo a choice that you've made and its effect. To help you, we offer our karmic protection, where the destructive impact of your actions is softened and the positive effect of your action is enhanced. As you grow in power and impact, our gift of heavenly mercy will surround you, aligning your actions with divine will and blessing you, and will affect you with divine compassion. Oh my goodness, guys. Please take a screenshot of that. Hopefully it's not too blurry. I love that, because that was the energy that I was getting. Some of you guys, you could have felt like you got yourself into this situation. You knew it was going to be bad and you did it anyway. Listen, we all do it. I had my today I did that. Literally did it today. And I was like, no, you know, so it sucks. I'm here with you. It's human. Sometimes we just do things because we want a different outcome, even though we know what it is already. And so you have divine, heavenly mercy. You are forgiven. You just have to forgive yourself. But you might have gotten yourself into this pickle. Spirit is giving you an out to walk away. It'll be taken away from you. I think as long as you learn the lesson to not do that again, it's okay. You know, it's okay. And even if you didn't learn the lesson and you do it again, that's what the power of God and love is for, and unconditional love. You can do it as many times, and, you know, God will always forgive you as long as you ask for forgiveness, in my humble opinion, at least what I've been taught. So, yeah. But within the next few months, I do think that there's going to be a lot of changes coming towards you. So let's go. We got pick a card, use tarot oracle cards for guidance. So you might be finding other pick a card readings. Maybe this is another confirmation to you that things are going to be happening. But if you'd like to look up more readings about what's coming in, especially job situations, there's so many different readers on YouTube that talk about jobs. Your girl, you know, have reading about jobs and what's coming up next and all that good stuff. So if you want to, you can check that out. That'll help. And then we got eat something good, explore / treat yourself. Everything has been about food. Everything's about food. So really eating good, fulfilling, nourishing. I feel like your diet needs to change. Your body's telling you that your diet has to change, especially if you do have a chronic illness. If you change your diet, then your entire mood will change. But I feel like first you have to change your environment. I feel like this is a very much you've accepted somebody or you've accepted a situation that is really dragging you, and spirit wants you to walk away from it, or spirit will take it. That's it. And then we got material world, material girl. Buy it or let them buy it for you. So again, like a lot of treating yourself. These are my self-care, healthcare, and even the 9 of Pentacles. If you have some extra money, guys, treat yourself, spend it, take yourself out. Maybe some of you guys need to, you know, date yourself for a second. Love on yourself, especially if you've been in this, situation where, you know, especially if you feel like you put yourself in a certain situation. Once you forgive yourself, then go treat yourself. You know, you can cry and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, blah, 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 whatever. And then be like, you know what? I'm about to go treat myself. F that situation, F that job. I'm going to go do something for me. So do it for you. If you've gotten yourself into a pickle, just ask spirit to show you what you need to see and then act accordingly, okay? So that is really what I got for you, pal, too. Really, really powerful message, because regardless, once you do this, I think that you've learned that karmic lesson. This is your life's journey. This is your life's path. This is something that was brought to you, you know, to encounter, for you, in my opinion, as a reader on this side, to encounter and to overcome. That is what the Scorpio represents. That is what the Phoenix represents. You overcoming, even if you put yourself in the situation. And if you didn't put yourself in the situation, which I'm sure that there'll be some comments is like, I didn't put myself in the situation, you know, then spirit is saying that you have a way out. All you have to do is trust the situation, okay? So that's what I got for you, pal, too. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can shoot me an email. That is in the description box below. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram at The Wicked Witch of the West. And I appreciate you guys so, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace until next time. Alrighty. Moving into our last but not least, our pile number 3. Alrighty, 1 second. Give me some coffee. Alrighty. Boom. Okay, hello. I am AD with Astrology, and this is the pick a card reading. This is if you pick pile number 3 in our, let me focus here, our gyroid. I think that's how you say it. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's playing. So I'm here to take off. I'm here to take off. So anyways, guys, this is for our self-care, healthcare. This was a requested reading. If you like requested readings or you have a request, please drop a comment in the comment section below so I can see them. I love requests, and I thought that this one would go really well with the self-care, healthcare series that I wanted to do. So that's what we're looking at, guys. So this is a way for you, how can you improve or attain your spiritual, physical, emotional, mental kind of oneness, right? How can you achieve that stability? So of course, I always look at everything as mind, body, heart, soul. It all comes together. So that's how we're kind of doing like this holistic view. So let's see. Let's get into it. Let's see what the astrology cards are first. Ooh, Uranus, genius. Okay. Shaking things up. Shaking things up, busting out the gate, you know, being here, being present. Grand Cross, provoker. Oh man. And I just got a sneak peek. Oh man, pile 3. Oh wow. Yeah, destiny. My goodness. So you're at a crossroad for sure. We'll see how it plays into your health, but right here, Spirit is saying like you're about to have some unexpected chances, opportunities, and this is your destiny, but you have to take onto it. You know, it's just like you can have the prophecy, right? Somebody can be like, you are the chosen one, but if you're like, no, I'm not, and you just leave, well, then the prophecy will look at somebody else and be like, okay, you're the chosen one. So you have to choose it. You know, with Mission Impossible, they ask him, do you accept this mission? So this is about to be an opportunity for you, pile number 3, of do you accept this mission? And you don't have to accept it. It's not going to be there forever, especially with Uranus, but there is certainly, something that is going to be brought to your attention. Major cards, 3rd house messages. Yeah. So open lines of communications, thoughts, even Uranus, we got Aquarius here. So we have Aquarius, Gemini, so very airy energies present. But yeah, you could just be sharing some different thoughts or learning something new or awakening yourself to new opportunities. We'll have to see. This is pretty big. And then we got Saturn return age. Yay. Your hard work is paying off. You know, I'm seeing the Moonology card. Your the end of a tough cycle approaches. And so I love that it's Saturn return because that means it's whatever the blockages were, whatever the delays, it leaves. Again, we have Aquarius, Capricorn. So 2 Aquarian cards. And so I just imagine that it's about being like a star, you know, you stepping into the spotlight of some sort. And when I say that, it doesn't necessarily mean like traditional spotlight in that way, but I just see that there are opportunities that are coming your way, and it's going to be a provoker. Changes, okay? Major changes. And it feels very abrupt. You know, it feels like I went to bed and then I woke up and everything was different, right? And you know, you just start receiving messages. So stay close to your phone, stay close to your email, stay close to your inbox, whatever it is. Yeah, because Spirit is definitely communicating with you. And I do think that physical people are communicating with you too, pile number 3. Let's get into the cards because these, you know, these are very telling, but not super telling. You know what I'm saying? They're not very astrologically specific, especially dealing with the reading about health. So if this does deal with health in some way, it would be something mental, or it could be something with teeth, mouth, with 3rd house there. It would be something like sudden, but I'm not getting that. I'm not feeling that in my spirit. I'm just saying that because, you know, this is a health reading. So if there was anything, it'd be like that. But this isn't anything to be like super scared of or afraid of or anything. I don't feel like this is like a, ooh. I just think that things are just about to start shaking. Things unexpectedly out of your control are going to start happening. And you're going to need your emotional stability. You're going to need your physical stability, your mental stability in order to get through these changes because they're coming in. All right. 8 of Wands, pretty quickly, right? So we're starting off here with the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Death card. Freaking What an intro, right? So 2 double 8. So again, this is karmic, this is fate, this is infinity, this is meant to happen, it's written, it's destiny. So you're destined to encounter this. And I do think that it's going to bring in, like I said, a lot of changes with this death card here. I feel like this 8 of Swords, it's death to the 8 of Swords, right? This communication that comes in 8 of Wands again, messages, letters, or what have you, is asking you to break out of like this self-imprisonment. It feels like a death to it. Sorry, you see the makeup that I got. But yeah, there seems to be like an ending. But then we move into the Ace of Wands. Wow, the 6 of Cups, beautiful energy. And the Ace of Cups, wow. We've had a lot of aces in this reading, which is so interesting for self-care, healthcare. So just a lot of new beginnings coming in. 2 new beginnings. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups to the 6 of Cups. So again, with that fate, destiny, the 6 of Cups is like a soulmate card. But I feel like there's been things from your past that really scare you or have held you back in some way. I'm curious to see what the last card is that comes out. But right now, I'm just like, there's a feeling here of, you've been here before. The past is coming to you because the past is your future. So it's very deja vu. That was very, the Matrix. But excuse me, this could be, you know, past life karmas, or you're receiving karmas from past life. But something that you've done in your past is going to mean something now in your future. Like your past is your future. So you're revisiting, especially with that 8. You've lived this life before. You've encountered this before. This is your destiny. So things are going to start feeling very familiar, right? There's people that you encounter are going to start feeling familiar. And perhaps that's scary. Perhaps it's just like, oh my gosh, am I going crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I really like losing it? No. I think that Spirit is just sending you signs that new is on the way. The groove is in the heart. I don't know why I heard that. Groove is in the heart. Tower. Oh my goodness. This came out in the exact same space in pile number 2. Oh my. The Ace of Swords. 3 aces, guys, in a row. And you're scared with the 8 of Swords. You scared. This is scary. I mean, scary in the sense of like exciting, exhilarating. What's going to happen next? You don't know. This is the moment that you've been preparing for. This is the moment that your soul knew was coming, but like, goodness, it's here. What do you do? And then finally we have the 7 of Pentacles. So this is a return on your investment. I think that the 7 of Pentacles feels like, you know, most of the time it does indicate waiting, but it does also indicate reaping. And even with the Death card, we have the Scythe. So Scythe is all about reaping. So you're reaping what you planted. The Ace of Cups, this could be creativity, this could be love, relationships, but the love, the compassion, the thoughtfulness, the passion that you put into the world, I think is coming back. These are anything that you're feeling about how it won't happen are self-limiting, the 8 of Swords, right? And it could be because it's taken us so long to come through in the first place that it's just like, why would it come through now if it hasn't come through in the past, or if it hasn't come through before? Like, why is this any different than any other time? I think this is different because it's different, right? It's a new cycle. It's a new chapter. The Death card, Spirit is asking you to go with it and kind of leave this energy of self-imposed imprisonment alone. That's how you're going to be truly aligned, is to just go for it, you know, go for broke, not go for dead, but like, you know, just do the daggone thing. I didn't even get a chance. So we have the 8 of Wands, the Death card, the Tower card to the 7 of Pentacles. Whew. These 2 major changes, freaking unbelievable changes. And then we have these where 7 of Pentacles is all about waiting, 8 of Wands is all about action. So that's a little bit of a contradiction in this, but regardless of where it's hitting you guys, if you pick this pile, changes are afoot. Endings and beginnings are here, and they're going to be so unexpected. I don't think that there's no way that you can prepare for anything like this other than to just keep God and Spirit and the universe and love at the forefront of everything, because it just feels like very quickly things are going to come through that might in the long term lead to something extremely beneficial to you. Investment. So the 8 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Tower card, unexpected trip, unexpected travel. It's kind of represented right there. The 8 of Swords, 6 of Cups, Ace of Swords. Take this, learn from your past. Learn from your past with the 6 of Cups here, because you've been here before, okay? You've experienced these things before, but I feel like the knowledge and the wisdom that you've gained is going to be able to help you cut through anything that you feel like is imposing on top of you. And then we got the Death, the Ace of Cups, to the Seven of Pentacles. So there could be an ending to something that you've loved in the past, but it gets married with all these new things. So it could be relationships that you've developed, or just friendships. Things that you could have emotionally invested into are not going to be able to come. Like, you're going to have to put them on pause. Doesn't mean that you have to cut them off, but there seems to be a little bit of a pause. I do want to ask Spirit about that Seven of Pentacles, because that's such a fascinating card to end on. We have all this action, and then the Seven of Pentacles is there. And I just want to, it's a return on your investment. It's a return on Saturn, Saturn return karma. But I just want to get kind of where the Seven of Pentacles in this spread is coming from. And then we will certainly move into your Oracles cards. The Queen of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool card. Yeah, I feel like your ideas are just coming into fruition. The Empress, this is manifestation. This is reaping. There's still patience required, guys, because I don't think that, things happen overnight, of course. All you need is a phone call for your whole life to change. I always say that. But it feels like opportunity might come in, and then you have to wait for the opportunity, and then you can go. So there does seem to be like it happens, and then you got to wait, and then, whatever. And an example of that could be film. So it's just like, you get the part, you get the lead role, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this, but production doesn't start until January. Okay, so it's like you get the okay, the thumbs up tomorrow, and then you can't really start until January. But in the meantime, you're strategizing with the Queen of Swords there. And in the meantime, you're continuing to manifest, and you're getting serious. Money is coming in. Opportunities coming in. There's a takeoff. And I feel like you're just stepping into your right self, whether you're a masculine or feminine. This is boss moves, but it does feel like there's a little bit of, there's a space between the yes and you going. But it's an unexpected yes. So just be down for the ride. This is pretty magnificent, pile number 3. Destiny, that you're supposed to do this. This is written in the stars. This is karmic. This is fate, okay? You're not going to get out of this opportunity presenting itself. But I just want to express to you again that it does not mean that you have to take it. So I guess to tie it back to the theme of the reading, because this definitely went off the rails, it feels like you are in alignment. That's really crazy, pile number 3. I feel like you are in alignment. There's things in your exterior that have to change, but we have your emotional stability here. We have your mental stability here. And then we have your passion, your spirit stability here. It's all here because of the work and the lessons that you've had. So don't fear yourself. Don't fear the work that you put in, but you feel really stable. And so now yourself, your manifestations, your thoughts, and reality are going to be on a crash course of collision, right? And that is freaking scary. But you'll get through it. This is just like birthing. It's like when you're giving birth, that part where you're in labor is hell. But after that, you end up with a beautiful baby that you have forever, So it really gives me that type of energy, that like birthing energy. So let's move into your oracles. Whew, chills, man. Opportunity. They're raining in. They're coming down. Communicate clearly. Speaking engagements, guys. It could be like you're just sharing your thoughts, singing, dolphins, playing, putting yourself on stage, sharing your thoughts, speaking at engagements, presentations, whatever, however this hits you. But I feel like there's going to be opportunities for you to share your thoughts, share your wisdom, and share your experience. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of these changes that are coming in. But changes are coming in, all right? And we have Goddess Tara and Tibetan Quartz. Her eye ever open. So let me look into the book to see what we can find. That's number 37. This reading went by kind of quick. I guess because I already picked the cards, but I was expecting it to run a little bit longer. Alrighty, hold on, guys. 37, 1 second, almost there. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Goddess Tara, her eye ever open. We bring you the empowerment of her eye ever open. The divine protection around you is absolute and complete. Your simple request for the universal mother to watch out for you and to protect you and to protect what has meaning for you allows you to live your life, do your work, and know the most powerful one is caring for your well-being on all levels. You can trust, be free from worry, and remain open to the world with joy in your heart. Oh, that's why this is one of my favorite decks, guys. It's this book. If you're not a tarot reader or what have you, you can use this book. The guidebook is spectacular. The cards are really clear and they're very telling. You can just pull one card a day. Anyways, random plug, but I adore this. So take a moment. If you would like to screenshot that, then please do. But this is great. And I love it because it's just like you're protected. There, you don't have anything to fear. I understand where fear comes in because, oh my God, how is this happening? But don't be afraid because, again, I do think that past experiences have led to not great moments, you know, and falls and pitfalls, but this is your Saturn return. This is life coming back. This is the reward for your hard labor, for the waiting, for the patience that you put in. Again, I feel like it's stop and go. I feel like it's yes, okay, wait, okay, now we can do it. So I am warning you for that. Don't take that as rejection. That's just the process. But very quickly, an opportunity is going to come in that is really going to put you on your divine path. So just stick to it, you know, just get on that thing. All right. So just buy it. Stop restricting yourself. Claim abundance. So I'm hearing that some of you guys, you know, you've been wanting a new wardrobe. And so when this money comes in that you've manifested, go buy clothes, go shopping, you know, spoil yourself. I feel like there's going to be a change. This opportunity that comes in, there's going to be a change in your 3D world, in your money. You know, Empress is very abundant. The Ten of Pentacles again is wealth and abundance, and then we have the Fool, which he doesn't have any wealth or abundance, but I feel like for you this is a new era. And so I feel like Spirit is telling you to enjoy it, you know, when it comes. But yeah, again, as far as the reading is concerned, you pile 3 seem to be really imbalanced. 3 aces, come on, like that's crazy, you know. So you seem to be pretty imbalanced on all those things, and so you're just kind of waiting for the universe to meet you where you are, and that's where it is. We got watch some waves, give into your emotions, feel them, then release them. So I say this, you know, you can actually go to a beach if you're around a beach, or, you know, then watch waves, but you can also turn on YouTube. I listen to rain falling all the time. But you can like put it on your TV or what have you and watch waves and just like experience your emotions. These fears are going to come. It's okay. Let them come, but release them and understand that you are protected and this is all for your betterment and your good. You're not going to lose out on anything. What is for you is not going to miss you, pile number 3. And so I do think that there's a sense of calm that you need to give yourself. You want this blue turquoise here, in this blue energy here. In order to get out of that, just experience the emotions, welcome them, and then let them go, okay? And then we got light a candle, watch it burn, channel your passion, work your magic. So some of you guys, for my witchier, I was about to say a bad word. Can you guess which one it was? But for my witchier people out there, we got watch and wave, so water, right? This is so funny. Pentacles, which is buy it, water, and then fire. So this is about manifestation. When you light candles, it's about manifestation, writing down what you want, burning it, igniting your passion, becoming and stepping into the person that you ultimately want it to be. You know, calm. It's calm before the storm, but your passion is burning. Things are going to start moving and picking up pace. I just realized, don't tell pile number 2. But I didn't do a Moonology card. Oh, my bad. But I remembered that there was one. And then the answers you need are coming. So sorry, don't tell pile 2. But the answers that you need are coming. And so I feel like you're there. Whatever it is that you've been praying for and manifesting for yourself, it is going to be coming in. But light a candle and watch it burn. Channel your passions into that candle. Channel your desires, your wants, and watch it happen for you. Truly, it could be for money, it could be for work, it could be for love, it could be for all of those things. But you're going to start seeing what you've been waiting for. Again, this is Saturn return. This is you reaping your benefits. Okay, so that's what I got for you, pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that information is in the description box below. So please check me out if that interests you. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, guys. And yeah, I'm here for it. I'm in full support of you guys. I wish you the best, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Peace until next time.